Hey everybody, and I'd like to make an apology. I lied last part. This is not the final part. I know.
Brendan.
Feel free to send your hate mail on my Twitter. Go ahead, it's fine. I
I will
deserve
send you a lot of letters about this in Animal Crossing.
You do that.
Many disgruntled letters. Many.
Why you do this?
Why you do these
Liar.
things? That's okay. The last letter I sent Brendan in Animal Crossing was my internal screaming, so that's okay.
Wow.
And then P.S. Ulu. I like that part.
That ends off the screaming.
Love you, boo.
I wanted to send Dylan an active wasp nest, but I couldn't. I'm sad now.
And I wanted to send you a tarantula, but couldn't.
It actually would have been nice though. It was worth a lot of bells.
I know, they're
We
like
should stop
5,000
talking-
balls a piece.
We should stop talking about Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah, this playthrough, right?
So, since it's relevant, I'm going to talk about it a little bit here. Crash Team Racing Nitro Field just got an update, and it added a iron checkpoint crate from Crash 3 as a playable character, and I love it. To be honest, I don't really care about most post Naughty Dog characters, and Nitro Field already has all those characters covered, so stupid stuff like that is like the only way to excite me, so I'm all for it. We also
So
got a
everyone
second,
wanted, right?
yeah. We also got a second Rillaru because he's just that good. We needed two.
How many
Also,
characters are in there total?
Like I think at this point it's 55.
Oh.
Yeah, the roster is insane. And according to a data mine, we should be getting Mr. Crumb, which is a super obscure Crash character that was only ever in a Tiger Electronics game. So, yeah.
They gonna re-release it?
That'd be cool. I'd like to play it actually. It's pretty rare, and I'm probably never getting that game, unfortunately.
Right.
Is this the first example you've seen of gem paths? I can't remember.
I'm actually not sure. No, there's been a few small ones. Like there's one in one of the upstream levels where it was on the river. Yeah. But I think this might be the first time one of them has actually taken us to a completely different part of the level.
It's probably one.
They do that a lot. It's just that most of the colored gem paths you can't actually get to your first playthrough. And I will be getting the rest of the gems I missed next part.
Oh.
Yeah, that was...
Haven't seen that before.
I think I do that like 4 times. Like 4 more times now. Basically, any death I thought was dumb. Don't spin into that, because it will blow up this TNT crate, which will get rid of that Cortex token. So yeah, don't spin into that, Snake. A little bit of annoying level design there. Just saying.
Right. I can definitely see that being frustrating. Yeah.
There's Wumpa fruit there, so like there is a hint. It's not like, hey idiot, you didn't know you could walk on air. No, there is Wumpa fruit. It's fine, but there are a few examples where they don't do as good of a job as they should have, and again we'll get into that later.
Like this song, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, it takes a bit to pick up when it picks up. I love it. I actually really like Insane Trilogy's soundtrack. I was mixed on Reignited, but Insane Trilogy's I love. I think most of the songs are better than the original. And that applies to all 3 games, not just one. That is a really hard jump, by the way.
Yeah, it looked tough.
Another thing I don't know if I said this yet or not, but in the original game, the boxes and any bonus rooms did not count towards your box total. They do in this, so keep that in mind. That's like the one way the original game is easier, the one way.
Yeah.
Is it worth the upgrade at that point?
Wait, what do you mean?
I don't know, man.
Okay.
I don't know.
Because Insane Trilogy is easier, for the most part. Like, you don't have to worry about boxes despawning when you die, thank God. You can save whenever you want. If you die enough, you'll get a free Aku Aku and checkpoint crates will spawn in. That didn't happen in the original game. 2 and 3 did at least the Aku Aku masks thing, but 1 didn't do anything like that.
And Jack and X does none of that. We'll get there eventually. I'm sorry. I really want to talk about that game. I don't know if you can tell. I really want to.
It's been a long time since I've played Jak and Daxter. I've only played the first one.
Let's just say they're not as forgiving. Let's just say.
I mean, I don't know. Crash is pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say this game specifically is probably the hardest 3D platformer out there.
I still think Jak 2 is probably the hardest 3D platformer I've played, like ever. But,
I
I don't know.
man.
Crash 1's pretty close too. I would say. Crash 1's.
Have you tried 100%ing Crash 1?
I've attempted, yes, and no, it is not fun. I've attempted.
100%ing this game is like one of the most brutal things I've ever done. I can do it easily now, but that's because I've played this game way too much. But my first playthrough, man, I hated life.
Not gonna lie though, Jak 2 still has its moments where it'll make you cry.
Oh, this is a bonus level, by the way. I got this from getting the key in the last level. This is Fumbling in the Dark. This is probably the level with the highest death count for me. My first playthrough, I've died here like 40 times trying to get the box gem.
Jeez.
I don't have too much trouble anymore, but yeah, my first playthrough was hell.
I'm really liking the design. Well, never mind.
I was actually expecting to see the Kevin scene, the wah wah wah, because that was a
Me
dumb
too,
death.
at this point.
I guess I forgot to put it in.
I should clarify and say I like the scenery, not the design, per se.
Yeah, the level design is pretty basic. A lot of it is just running forward and jumping when you have to.
I was gonna say, this is real interesting level design.
Yeah, that's one of the things Crash 1 is kind of guilty of. Really basic level design. And I kind of, like, partially blame Crash's basic moveset for that, because you can only jump and spin. The later games add a bunch of stuff, like 3 has a bazooka.
I mean, at least
And
you can
Wrath of
tell that they
Cortex-
tried to mix it up, though, like turning the lights off and stuff.
Yeah. And Wrath of Cortex allows you to tiptoe. That adds a lot.
Really?
There's a rumor going around that that game is going to get a remake, and No! I don't hate
Why?
that game. I don't hate that game, but it's like the biggest mixed bag I've ever played in my life. That game has like some of the worst levels I've experienced in video games. But also, like, half the game is fine, but the other half is garbage.
I don't know why my brain associates this, but like whenever I see these dark levels, I think of the Rayman Legends levels where you're sneaking around in like the water. I don't know why.
I guess similar-ish concept.
Yeah.
I really want to do that game co-op with you guys, but so many people have done it already. That's the only.
I feel like I'm the only platformer fan that never really got into that game. Like, I like it, but I see a lot of people say it's like one of the best 2D platformers, and I thought, fun. I don't think I'm gonna go back to it ever, unless, you know, multiplayer.
I mean, you've also played a lot more 2D platformers than I have. So.
I know, but like even like people who played tons of 2D platformers say it's one of the best out there, and I don't agree. I don't have any like problems with it. It's just it didn't stick out to me. I don't know. I'd rather play Tropical Freeze, I guess, or Impossible Lair, which you should play, Dylan.
One thing I will say about Rayman is when you master Rayman, like you can just blaze through those levels.
Yeah, most 2D platformers like that. I find it funny, Dylan here was the only one excited for Impossible Lair, but he's the only one here that doesn't have it yet.
Yes.
I got it for my review, and Jacob got it because it was free on Epic.
We'll get it eventually. I didn't want to pay like $30-40 for it.
I'd say it's worth it.
Yeah, it's a good game.
So yeah, you can.
What just happened?
You can skip this entire level if you have a green gem.
Oh. Wow.
I do get everything. I just want to show this off.
You didn't play any of the level. You dared to.
Wow.
You get an achievement if you let enough boxes fall and crash.
That's great.
I feel like that's what the boxes are saying, though. You didn't play the level.
How many splinters does Crash have?
Oh.
Oh yeah, since I beat the level, I can go for the relic now.
Yeah.
Speed running.
Speedrunning.
I got. And then that happened.
Yeah, there's a clip.
I got the platinum in every level, so I learned how to just speed past certain sections.
That was perfectly timed, man. Wait.
I still need to get every platinum in Crash 3, which I don't think will be as bad, because that's the easiest of the trilogy. It's like surprising how much easier Crash 3 is compared to the first two.
I still gotta beat that game too.
Like, I'm not gonna say it's an easy game, it's just when you compare it to the other two, it is. And yeah, you do need to finish it.
I know, I keep putting it off.
You have Sane Trilogy on 2 platforms.
I know. I have it on Switch and PC, and I haven't gotten any further with that game at all.
They're not even long games. I 100% this game in 3 hours.
Yeah, I know, and I have more time than ever, so I don't know.
So Jacob here was laid off because of that certain thing that's happening right now. So that's cool.
Yay.
More time.
Quarantine time. Hope everybody's staying healthy.
I saw a couple of people spell like corn-teen, and I can't get that out of my mind. Like corn, like the vegetable, and then teen, like a teenager.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was rushing there. That was not an intelligent move.
It was all skill.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All skill, was it?
Yeah, it takes skill to die in stupid ways.
I mean, he's not wrong.
See, you know, watching these conveyors have proper momentum is really making me upset about the Eminem playthrough.
You expect the same level of quality out of M&Ms.
Can we get a remake of that, please?
Crash really started a trend because ever since Sane Trilogy came out, we've gotten so many remakes, and I'm not complaining. Like, frickin' SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom is getting a remake, and I still can't get over that. I love how, like, one of the last things I said in my review of that game is I doubt it's gonna get a full-on remake, and, like, 4 months later, it gets announced. Thank you, THQ. I appreciate that. Making a fool out of me.
This is surprisingly, like, a fairly lengthy level, even though you could skip it at the beginning.
Yeah.
Huh.
Gem.
It's not that hard, though. Like, this is actually one of the easier box gems. Because it doesn't require any special, colored gem, and it's not that hard. I guess I should say it's one of the easier later ones. Because, like, obviously, like, Insanity Beach is probably easier. Now we got Embryo, the guy that sounds like Fetus.
What?
Wait, what?
I think we went over this last part. He says my name sounds like Fetus and I know a mutant.
Wow.
He also says, read your Bible, I wrote it.
Oh yeah, we did talk about
yeah.
that briefly.
As soon as you said that quote, I immediately remembered that.
Yeah.
Why that one's
Let me just mix these chemicals to attack.
Guys, I am so stupid. I somehow just now realized that these beakers are used in Crash Team Racing. I just assumed, oh, it's a generic science item. Yeah, that makes sense for Crash. But no, they're actually in the trilogy. I'm stupid.
The super fan like you didn't know?
I just never pieced it together, okay?
I am
It's a super basic.
disappointed.
Alright, well, you know what? I know who Mr. Crumb is, so I still have my fan badge.
Okay. Got me there.
I will say, like, the boss fights in this, like, the first game are very just, like, simple and basic.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 3D platformer.
Yeah.
Platformers very rarely have good bosses.
Yeah.
The only game I've played that consistently has good bosses in the platforming genre will be Hat in Time.
Yeah, I agreed. Yeah, because I was just thinking, like, Mario 64 bosses. And it's like, eh.
Oh, I would say these bosses are much better than anything you see in Mario 64.
Like King Babam.
Yeah, that, like, there's not a single fight in that game besides maybe Irok that stands out.
Except maybe, like, the final Bowser fight, I guess. But it's, like, still the same thing over and over again.
Like, yeah, it's the same fight as the first two, except I have to hit him 3 times. I love how Embryo tries to, like, flap his arms, and it works a little bit. Alright, we got the lab. Okay, this is one of the hardest gems to get in the game. You can't die because it's a color gem, and this level has a lot of really annoying bits in it, as you will see. And I remember when this game came out, I watched Alpharad play this, and he somehow got the box gem in this level, and I was genuinely shocked because he was really bad the rest of the playthrough. But this one level, he just became a god. I don't know how that happened.
Somehow.
I mean, good on him. Hey, look, it's that playable character from Crash Team Racing.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh,
The
hey.
steel crate. Steel.
Oh, wait, my mistake. It's supposed to be a checkpoint crate from Crash 3, the iron one.
Oh yeah.
Specifically
still,
that one.
Close enough.
Again, I am disappointed, Brendan. How do you?
So you can add like every box as a playable character?
We do have TNT crates, Nitro crates, normal crates, and the purple exclamation crate from Crash Bash as playable characters in CTR also, as skins. But we still need the bouncy crates, the arrow crates, the normal steel crates, the exclamation point steel crates, what else? There's the Japanese TNT crates, which will look a little different.
I'm sorry,
they have bombs on them.
I saw a butterfly on that bonus stage, and I immediately thought butterfly net. Isn't that bad?
Dude, I was playing Crash Team Racing yesterday to get the best character, the Iron Crate, and I was in Coco Park, and there was butterflies, and I immediately went, oh, musket net.
Musket net. Musket. It's like that scratch. You just gotta itch, man.
Okay, so those electronic bolts are going across the screen. You're expected to jump in between them if you want the platinum relic, like as they're doing their thing.
I just can't get Animal Crossing out the mind. I apologize.
I can't either. I finally made Hunter my flag, and I'm so happy. I'll post a picture of it now.
I mean, it probably didn't help that we played it before we started recording.
Yeah, we did that last time too, which is why we started off with an Animal Crossing discussion.
This is gonna become a routine now. You realize this.
Okay, so this part is really annoying because like the pattern has to line up just right for you to make this.
Okay.
Which is why I'm staying here forever.
Yeah, I know.
Because if I don't do that, the door.
Yeah.
If I don't do that, the door will shut down on me and kill me.
Why is it so stringent? Jeez.
Yeah, how did Alpharad do this without dying? He's not even good at Crash. That was his first time playing.
And
There it is. There's a
Alright,
no death run on that?
Yeah, I don't know how he did that. I'm still impressed. Anyway, that's the last normal level in the game. But that's not the end of this playthrough because I'm going for 100%, not 87%. I'm not a pleb. So, see you guys next time when I clean up the gems I couldn't get my first time.
See you guys
bye.
then.
Yep,
Yeah,
bye.
bye.